Hello everybody, Beard Reads Books here, and for this book review video I'm going to be reviewing Too Big to Jail by Blackhurst. This book is all about the relatively recent scandal where HSBC, they bought out a Mexican bank and as a result had branches out in Mexico and ended up laundering money for one of the biggest drug cartels out in Mexico. So they were obviously a Mexican drug cartel using, taking all their dirty money to HSBC, banking it in, putting it into bank accounts, dodgy bank accounts, and getting clean money out of it, and using the clean money to sort of buy weapons and all sorts of stuff, and putting in infrastructure to help grow the drug empire. At the time when all this was going on, I was vaguely aware of the fact that HSBC were embroiled with in a drug scandal and all the rest, but it was only as a result of reading this book that I realised just how big and how bad the situation was, and just how heavily involved HSBC were with money laundering. And now I've been with HSBC for since 1997. Back in the days when I joined Midland Bank, which got taken over by HSBC. So when I joined, it was still under the Midland Bank branding, and obviously it was the early 2000s that the Midland Bank branding got taken away and replaced with the HSBC branding. But anyway, I'm with HSBC, have been sort of for all my banking life. My dad's been with HSBC since the mid-50s. But reading this book and how heavily, realising just how heavily involved HSBC as a bank had been in the whole scandal, made me sort of think, how can I ethically stay with the bank? Especially considering they didn't really get punished. The bank got fined, I can't remember how, I think it was a few £billion they got fined, but it was equivalent to 5 weeks worth of profit. So they laundered billions and billions and billions of pounds for this drug cartel, and to all intents and purposes all they got was a slap on the wrist. Where's the justice in that? There's no justice in it. So it made me be thinking, how can I ethically carry on having a bank account with HSBC? But of course there's a little voice in the back of my head that says, are any other banks any better? I think a lot of financial institutes seem to have their own ethical problems, issues where they haven't been exactly squeaky clean. But one thing I have done recently is reading this book has given me the nudge I needed to actually do something about being a bit more ethical with my finances. So what I've done is I've started moving my savings over to a credit union, to Great Western Credit Union. So this book, it's plainly written, so it's easy to follow, easy to read. It gives an insight into the whole scandal and just sort of how bad it was. And this book helped give me the nudge I needed to start trying to do something a bit more ethical with my money. And it's prompted me to actually start moving my savings away from a dodgy bank and into a credit union, which hopefully turns out to be a decent credit union. I've looked into Great Western Credit Union, and from what I've seen so far, they seem pretty ethically okay. I haven't come across any scandals that they've been in. So, but yes, this book, if you want to know more about HSBC and the whole money laundering scandal that they had with the drugs cartel, this is a very, very good book to read. I found it very powerful and motivating, and like I said, it helped prompt me to do something with regards being more ethical with my money. So yes, highly recommend it. Highly recommend it. Honestly, if you want to learn more about the scandal, get your hands on a copy of this book. It is worth a read. Like I said, it's not too big a book. And it's, like I said, easy to read, plainly written, very insightful and interesting. Big thumbs up. Well, anyway guys, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you've read this book, feel free to drop me a comment and let me know what you thought of it. Look forward to hearing your comments and all the rest. Look forward to seeing you in the next book review video, and in the meantime, stay safe, happy reading.